The Necessity for a New Thrust in Education Today, an address delivered at the convention of the National Science Teaching Association in Detroit, Michigan, March 31st, 1973. Henry Adams once said of our profession, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence ends." I am inclined to agree. Our function as educators is to teach, to impart knowledge. But what concept do we attempt to convey when using these words? To most of us, teaching, the imparting of knowledge, has meant disseminating to our students the body of facts that mankind has accumulated. We have taken this definition and demanded that our education system evolve around it. Education is a world of excitement, dreams, and success. It is also a world of frustration, failure, and impossible problems. Education is charged with being irrelevant to the present and future needs of society, and much of it is. But in our frenzied haste to become relevant, we often detest all that was of the past and love all that smells of newness without analyzing in depth and without, in a sense, being objective about the situation. I submit to you that before we, as educators, ask how we can better our capacity to educate, we must first ask, what is our function as educators? Before we look toward more and better legislation, before we talk about more money and better school buildings, we must ask ourselves the hard questions. As I view the problem, we have stressed the intellectual aspects of education at the expense of the emotional. We have instructed our students in languages and numbers, but we have failed to educate them in self-respect, leadership, cooperation, and understanding. In a word, we have failed to help them, to allow them to self-actualize, to come to know and respect themselves as human beings, as individuals with intrinsic value and worth. Our primary function as educators must be to break from tradition when that tradition does not serve the present or retards the future. To reorient our school systems, not in terms of instruction and basic knowledge about the natural world, as we have done in the past, but in terms of imparting to our students and children a sense of self-respect, a sense of hope, a sense of belonging, a sense of power.